To Peter Orwig, founder of Orwigsburg, and to all those who have had a part in the forward movement of the town, we respectfully dedicate this book. The Orwigsburg Civic Association, and a foreword to their centennial anniversary, 1913.
A little bit of everything. The grocery store was right down the street. You could walk down there, you know, a couple restaurants in town. Just had a nice hometown feel, I suppose. You know, a little bit of everything, but not too big.
I couldn't be happier and prouder to be a citizen of Orwigsburg and to be here honoring the town that I grew up in.
I've been around the country. I've spent some time in Europe and really haven't found other places that I really prefer.
Many people made this their home at one time or another in their lives, and many generations have made Orwigsburg their home. So there's a connection.
I just like the area. It's quiet, it's peaceful.
The whole Schuylkill County area, Schuylkill Haven, Orwigsburg, they're nice places to live. So.
Nice area. Bottom line, that's what I can say.
Orwigsburg has a very rich history, and it also has the significance of being the very first seat of government of Schuylkill County. My name is Jennifer Bowen. I'm president of the Orwigsburg Historical Society, and I'm a lifelong resident of Orwigsburg. I founded the society in 1994 for the purpose of having a repository for the artifacts and historical collections that are specific to the southern Schuylkill County region and also Orwigsburg. Well, our collection encompasses everything from agriculture to archaeology, clothing, military history. We have a very diverse collection.
And as I said, being a military historian, I can walk through any cemetery here and pick out one soldier's grave and expand on his story, and knowing that how this community itself was brought about. Yeah, my name is Stu Richards. I've lived in Orwigsburg since the early 70s. It's just interesting just to be able to know the lineage of the town as far as military history goes. And it's not that difficult to come up with something that's really a good story. And well, we have our history spans, as I said, from the French and Indian War all the way through to the War on Terror continuously right now. And what they had also was the fact that they had the War of 1812, we had a few people, and that the Civil War is rich in history from this area here because we had two main regiments that came from Schuylkill County, the 48th Pennsylvania and the 96th Pennsylvania. And most of the men in Orwigsburg were in the 48th Pennsylvania, and the 48th Pennsylvania's history could go on and on and on for 3 years of the war.
Orwigsburg is a community that has retained its historical integrity. If you look at photographs, which I can show you, of Orwigsburg 100 years ago, and look at photographs now, you will see very little difference between the two. The homes, our center square, the manufacturing buildings, very little has been changed, and I think that's unique.
Well, our brewery was founded in 1829. I'm the fifth generation. My children are the sixth. I have two daughters working in the brewery with me, and that's 6 generations. They have children, and hopefully it goes through 7 generations while I'm still living. Hi, I'm Dick Yingling, fifth generation owner of America's oldest brewery, located in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. I just about live at the brewery. Put a lot of hours every day in, and it's the way I grew up, and it's what I do. I learned from the time I was 15 years old. It's a long time ago. I've been here for, 7 decades. Well, our brewery was founded in 1829, and coal had been discovered in this area, and that's why my great-great-grandfather, David G. Yingling, founded his brewery in Pottsville. Also, our water supply was excellent. It was a growing community because of the coal. People were coming in and into this area to work for jobs, and that's why he built his brewery here. Well, we were, in the 1800s and the early 1900s, all the communities had their own breweries. And we went through the Civil War, we went through World War II. You couldn't get cans, you couldn't get glass, you couldn't get grain. You were limited to how much grain, and we went through Prohibition before that. So we were basically out of business, but my grandfather took the brewery and made near beer and survived on that for 13 or 14 years, whatever it was that Prohibition was in existence. We stayed here as a local, kind of a regional brewery all through the 40s and 50s. And in 1985, we started to grow. We started to branch out a little bit into other states because there weren't a lot of other brands out there. And, we just continued to hammer away, and we're very fortunate. There's not a lot of breweries left anymore. I'm committed to the success of this place, and as we've grown, I just seem to get busier and busier and busier all the time. It's a great employment venue for this area. We employ a couple hundred people here. We have great payroll, good tax base for the communities that we're involved in, and I like to feel we're a big contributor to the area. But I still enjoy it here, and I'm not going anywhere, and I think my children feel the same way, and I hope their children do too.
We go out to Heislers, I say, bring me the smallest, and that's about what it used to be a nickel, right?
Yep.
No.
What about the movie theater? When was that?
My granduncle Arl started that. And I think that was back in the beginning of the turn of the century.
That was there.
And then Arl died. I'm talking now. I was just trying to reinforce your diatribe. This is part of a history lesson. Just listen. So, Arl was married to a woman they called her Mama, and she was the person that kept the first.
Well, it is a magical community, and actually, right behind me, you're looking at across the town, directly to the area where my residence was as a child growing up. Hi, I'm Bob Carl. I'm a lifelong resident of Orwigsburg, and I've been here my 58 years. From the moment I was able to explore the town and enjoy it, I just always found it to be a very safe community, a community where people work together to better what we all have here is quality of life, and just an area that you would feel safe raising your family and working together as a community in the best interests of our town. So we have a great combination of the history, the heritage, and yet newcomers coming to the community recognizing Orwigsburg is a great place to relocate and bring their families.
My name is David Rubright.
My name is Stacy Rubright.
And we've lived in Orwigsburg for about 6 months now. We relocated here from Florida, and I'm a former resident of Schuylkill County. We wanted a smaller community. We were living in an area in Florida that was very urban. We wanted to change the seasons, and we also wanted to be closer to our daughters who live in New York. And we looked at a lot of communities in New York State, in Pennsylvania, and in New Jersey, and we decided on Orwigsburg because Orwigsburg, for an older community, is almost pristine for this area.
And you don't get that in Florida. I'm from Florida. You don't get that. It's just not there. I mean, we were lucky enough to buy a house in Florida in 1925, and that's considered old stock. So, and this one was built, our house was built, what, 18?
This was built in 1884, and other communities that are older, this one has been extremely well maintained, which makes it a very pleasant place to live.
I've lived in Orwigsburg for 55 plus years on the same property here at Maple Leaf Farm. We're at the ice cream shop, and we're open 4 months of the year. Serve 30-some flavors of hard ice cream, soft serve, homemade brownies, cookies, blondies, things like that. Specialty items that you don't find anywhere else. Hi, I'm Dave Smith. I like the rural atmosphere. I know most of the people here, so it's easy for me, but we do have a lot of people moving in the area, and most people like to come here, so I'm here most of the time. Just like this evening, just to greet my customers and with family, that sort of thing.
The small town nature of Orwigsburg is what attracted me to this area. Orwigsburg especially, even though I am from Pottsville, is a lot different in the fact that it's quaint. It's smaller, where everybody knows each other. You can go to the grocery store and see somebody you know.
I always said a handshake or to a man or a woman here doesn't do. It's they want a hug. They become part of your family.
You can just drive down the street and meet with somebody you don't do that in New York. You don't see a bunch of people that you're going to later see actually at the restaurant or throughout your day, and I like that. But something that's really important to me as a chef is being able to use local product. I've moved in the past year into using a lot more local and even organic foods. We are in an area that is so flooded with great produce and even meats and poultry, and I'm able to use products here that I was never able to use in the cities. And actually know the farmers that are creating it.
We have a great selection of restaurants here in the Orwigsburg area, probably some of the best in Schuylkill County. Great options as to different venues, different choices of menus.
It's one of the best restaurants in the area, that I can tell you. It's a nice area. It's a beautiful town, nice people, and we enjoy living here. My name is Giacomo Di Maio. I'm the owner of this restaurant. We've been here for 8 years. Our sauce is prepared from all around the area, and I'm getting too old. That's my son Jack Jr. He's gonna take over for me, so I can just relax a little bit.
As I said, my name is Jack. I do all the cooking here, starting to do the pizza, me and my brother, and we're excited to take over, and we'll always have good food here for you. We get at each other a lot, but other than that, we work together all right.
Well, the historic part of the building is definitely a plus. My name is Daniel Reppy. I purchased the restaurant in May of '89. This coming May actually is our 23rd anniversary, and the name of the restaurant is the Inn of Orwigsburg. It's one of the oldest buildings in town. Has always had some kind of activity going on. It has always been a tavern. It was built by a company called Lowry's Brewery to sell their products in. The third floor was used as a dance hall at one point, and also roller skating. They've always had different types of activities going on within the building besides the eatery. The side of the building, we continue to maintain a ladies' entrance sign. History has it that years ago, women were not really permitted to enter an establishment that served alcohol through a bar room door. So there has always been a dining room entrance that has that sign on, ladies' entrance, and we've just, because of the history of it, have maintained that sign on the building.
You know, I would say that most of all, it's the people. You know, there's beautiful people here, and I love the town. and the people in it. My name is Joe Matera, and I am the owner of the Brickhouse Grill. Orwigsburg has been very welcoming to me and to our concept and what we do here. The locals are very much about supporting the local businesses. I know personally the people that I see here, I see many of the same faces multiple times throughout the week. They're very welcoming. They have really embraced us.
Now I'm working with some of the local farmers on some things that we're using on the new menu that'll be coming out next week. And he's getting me little pumpkins, and we're going to serve a pumpkin soup right out of the in the mini pumpkins that he's going to sell me. I'm Michael Premish. I'm the chef owner of Oak Hill Inn.
I'm Stephanie Premich. I am an employee at Oak Hill Inn and also the owner of Mud and Maker.
We have a 86 or 87-year-old gentleman that is probably one of our top 3 customers in the 19 plus years that we're here, and he's a widower now. He used to sit on that table in the corner there every Friday night with his wife, and she's been dead probably 6 or 8 years now, and he still comes in on his own and with friends, but he brings my mom a box of candy every single week. She doesn't know what to do with it. And he just lives right across the street over here, and that's the kind of people we have. Great people.
My heart always singing, yours hums a line or two, and together such a lovely tune. Your eyes always laughing, mine always blue. If you only knew, if you only knew, the patchwork of my heart, a Frankenstein, a work of art, a tapestry unraveling. So thankful that you pulled the string. Your mind always racing.
The birds that you understand the best seem to stick in your mind as your favorites. My name is Keith Bildstein. I'm the Director of Conservation Science here at Hawk Mountain Sanctuary, where we work to protect birds of prey worldwide. We're currently working in Asia, Africa, Europe, and both North and South America. Hawk Mountain hosts a variety of North American raptors, 16 species all told, including 3 species of falcons, including the peregrine falcon, 2 species of eagles, including the bald eagle and the golden eagle, and a host of other species, including the northern harrier, the rough-legged hawk, the red-tailed hawk, the sharp-shinned hawk, and the Cooper's hawk. We count them rather religiously between the 15th of August and the 15th of December every year, and our counts date back to 1934. So the counts here at Hawk Mountain represent the longest record of numbers of migratory birds, raptors, migrating past a single point anywhere on Earth.
Hawk Mountain Sanctuary is just 7 miles from Orwigsburg. It's like right in our backyard, this crown jewel of the Appalachians. My name is Jeremy Shivert, and I am the education coordinator at Hawk Mountain, and I have been here for 16 years. Everyone should get out and enjoy it. Coming from near and far to Orwigsburg, even if you live in town, you should come and see us, and if you're coming visiting family, the family should bring your visitors up here to Hawk Mountain.
Hawk Mountain Sanctuary owes its origins to the behavior of the local inhabitants back in the 1920s and 1930s, when most of the hawks that we now cherish were considered vermin and were being shot. The great thing is that the founding of the sanctuary was transformational. It was transformational in protecting the birds initially, but it also served to launch an education program that has changed attitudes throughout eastern Pennsylvania, especially here in Schuylkill County near Orwigsburg, where people had grown up believing that the best way to interact with a bird of prey was to shoot it. And nowadays we have thousands of people coming from Schuylkill County, from Orwigsburg and the surrounding community to come and to learn more about the birds. They bring binoculars, they're not bringing shotguns, so we feel quite pleased with the work that we've done locally, as well as the work we're doing internationally here.
Pioneer Evergreen Farms, my family's company, was established in 1945, and that's the Christmas tree farm. That it was established by my grandparents. Went from growing just Christmas trees to now we bought out Forget-Me-Not Florist. My name is Kenny Featheroff, and we're here at Forget-Me-Not Florist in Orwigsburg. We were established in 1926. We are Schuylkill County's oldest flower shop. You know, we deliver daily to Orwigsburg and all the surrounding communities, weddings, funerals, proms, you know, you name it, we do it here. We also have a large gift shop, and make sure you stop in to see our fall and Christmas line. They are definitely very large for our area, and we'd like to have you stop in to see us.
7 for the apples and 6 for the cider. Alright, I'm Josh Stein, work at Stein's Farm here. We sell all kinds of fruits and vegetables. We're open from June through December. And we sell what's ever fresh in season. And we've been around as long as I can remember. My grandfather's owned it since the 70s and his dad before that.
And I guess it shouldn't have been unexpectedly, but it was, that there's a large group of artists in this area, and there are several substantial art communities here. Schuylkill County Arts Council, and there's the Walk-In Center in Schuylkill Haven. There's the Arts Barn here, just outside of Orwigsburg. So there's a larger than I anticipated artist community in this area.
The gallery started very simply with 6 friends who were artists and had no place to display their work. This used to be an educational toy store, so I offered them, if they were willing to clean up the space, that they could display their work. That's how it started. We are now into 2 galleries and have 60 artists, all from Pennsylvania, most of them fairly local.
My name's Kirsten Bordner. I'm from Dornsife, Pennsylvania, and I am the leather crafter here at the Arts Barn.
And I am Deborah Cooper, and I live here on the property. I'm from Orwigsburg area and the director of the gallery.
Coming down to this area, it just seems that there's just more art in this area, more than from where I currently am from. And so they all seem to support each other and embrace the whole idea of art for everyone.
The customer base has grown considerably. It started out with friends of the artists or friends that we knew. It has grown so much that people come in and you can just see it in their faces when they walk in the door, that they're just amazed and don't know where to start first and what to look at first. They want to hear about the artists. They want to know about each of them. Everything from goat farmers to turkey grow-out managers. We have all different kinds of backgrounds. Almost every artist does have a regular job, but something speaks to them in this area and their art comes through.
Our art is inspired by a lot of the woods and nature and like different everything that's outside around here.
Well, we have a lot of, countryside, so that is definitely an inspiration for, some of our arrangements as well.
Right from the very beginning, the type of work in here is very varied, from sculpture and wood carving to jewelry, all of the artists have a totally different interpretation of what they see and how that manifests in their art. And the number of artists and the type of art is just a representation of that. We have an amazing art community, not just here in the gallery, but within the whole region. And we have galleries from Hamburg, Walk-In Art Gallery in Schuylkill Haven, Block of Art, Allied Artists in Pottsville, and the Art Gallery. And we are all working together to bring people from outside the area in to see what this area has to offer as far as art, and hopefully soon as far as music and theater and dance also.
My name is Mike Lonergan. I am the manager of the Borough of Orwigsburg. I've been the manager of the borough since June of 2005. I'm very involved with some churches. I enjoy that the churches are part of the community and work with the community and provide for the community. We're at a church today that's having a fundraiser, then the money will be donated to a community organization trying to revitalize a community building. When I was sent back up to relock the door, only to find out that the real mission...
We do everything from partial restoration work to late model vehicles. This is a local gentleman's car that wants to put her back together, put her back on the road. 1958 Pontiac Star Chief.
And what do you like to do in the area when you're not fixing cars?
Ride a motorcycle. It's about all. It's my only outlet.
I'm Carol Schaefer. My husband Dennis and I, at this point in time, own the business.
I'm Denise Schaefer Calderon. I do the marketing and manage the motor clothes department.
I'm Sherry Schaefer Bogatek, and I'm the controller, so I handle all the money, and the business managers oversee all the departments.
I ride motorcycles, so there's a lot of great motorcycle roads within, I mean, as soon as you pull out, you're on great back roads to travel.
I think the roads around Orwigsburg are just so biker friendly. Lots of rolling corners and hills, and not so much traffic as in an urban area, so it's just a nice place to take a ride. And we like to use the slogan, take a ride in the country, because we feel that adds a lot of character to our area.
Yeah, it's been, Orwigsburg has been a shoemaking community since the late 1800s. We, of course, survived. We're 124 years old this year.
We pride ourselves, first of all, in staying American. When people come in and they say, oh, you handcraft your shoes, when we say they're handcrafted, they're handcrafted. They're not, it's not automated, there's no conveyors, you know, an automated process. That's what makes us unique. My name is Susan Murphy. I'm Vice President of Kepner Scott Shoe Company. We've been here since 1962, and we plan to be around for a long time.
I'm Steve Zimmerman. I'm President of Kepner Scott, and I'm in charge of the overall operation of the company. Well, in 1961, my grandfather, at the age of 65, he decided he was still wanted to work, so 3 of his sons and Milo purchased the company. And of course, my father worked with my grandfather for many years, up to 1982, and then we came into the business somewhere around the mid-70s. Yeah. My dad retired sometime around 2000, and soon I've been running it ever since. Yeah, we have about 20 employees, and we consider them a work family. We know them well, we know their families well, and in fact, one employee's been with us for 50 years.
Yeah. He came here right out of high school.
I would say the average employee's worked for us for about 20 years.
This is what we do. We just prefer to do it this way. You know, we want to keep the heritage with us, and this is part of the heritage.
Yeah, we're hoping among one of the 6 children that somebody will step forward and want to
work with us to see Kepner Scott, take Kepner Scott into the future.
Seth strikes out to bring up number 14, Blake Lipko.
Orwigsburg is a great friend. We're really happy to be part, in a small way, of this celebration.
Well, again, I congratulate Orwigsburg on the 200 years and the Bicentennial Committee.
To look back and see where it came from to what it is now. And
it took 200 years to achieve, and 2 years to plan, and it's going to be 1 year to celebrate.
All good things take time.
Their 200th anniversary, that's a long time no matter where you came from.
And hopefully 200 more years, hopefully. We won't be here.
200 years, that's quite a great thing.
And I'll look forward to 200 more years.